Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Bataleon Cruiser. This board features Bataleon's medium camber with 3BT, so what you get is a more pronounced triple base technology, or their high 3BT in the nose, and then you get the low 3BT in the tail. And of course you got traditional camber underfoot, which is going to give you all the load, pop, snap, and drive, but that 3BT is going to help you get better optimal powder float as well as ease of entry in and out of turns. And then that low 3BT is going to give you a little bit more bite at the tail, just so when you really need to drive off that rear foot, you've got that grip. This board's available in 151, 154, 156, 159, 161, and 164. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a sunny Bluebird day. There was warmer temps, soft snow. I mean, it was absolutely perfect. Hero snow, zero wind. You could really set your edge into this snow, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. This board is not stiff. It's more of a freestyle focused carving board, if you will. So what you get is a fully directional flex with some key flex points. Softer nose, stiffer midsection, and then stiffer than that through the tail. The torsional flex is very noticeable. You can really twist it. Now the key flex points outside the front foot and inside the front foot. Those are the two big areas where you get the most flex out of this board. When it comes to stability, you do feel a lot of that kinetic energy from the nose. It starts to flap and flutter and will bring itself back underfoot. And then you've got those key flex points that, you know, if you ram into something, you're gonna get jarred. But from the midsection back through the tail, if you've disengaged the front foot, you're gonna be able to swoop in and out of turns and not have to worry about it getting bucked. The snap is there. It's got a medium traditional camber. When you roll back on the tail, flex into it, it springs and it gets you up in the air. Is it the snappiest thing out there? No. Does it get the job done? Yes. It's one of those boards you really don't have to worry if you do have to pop off a roller and clear a family of fat skiers that fell down in the landing. Now, if you're trying to just flat boost them, not gonna happen. Side hits, not a problem. Hey, if you like what we're doing, why don't you like, subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications, that way you're not missing any of these videos when they come out for you. We know it's a carving board with a freestyle focus, so if you want to go spread some hot margarine across the slopes, you can. That nose is like a giant spatula, and with that 3BT, it helps elevate the contact points, so when you get your weight out on it and go sideways, you don't have to really worry about it. You can really play around with it. The tail is stiffer. It wants to stay locked in. You're gonna put a lot of work into it. Basically, if you wanna pop a 180, do a nose butter, and then pop back out, you don't have to worry about it. Getting on the tail, high speed wheelies all day. As this is the Cruiser, this board can carve. That's what it's designed for. Now, is it the most aggressive carving board out there? No. And with that 3BT, you lose some of that edge bite out at the nose just because it's more defined. The tail is a lot more mellow, so that actually grips better. So what this does is, with that loss of edge bite, it brings it more under the front foot. Now, with that said, you got a smooth edge to edge power transmission. It flows in and out without ever worrying about it. You can get this thing up on edge if the snow's soft. On ice, it's a little different. It might wash out. Now, when you have it on edge, you can really notice the ankle steering and it locks in. And when you want power, you can get it from the camber back through the tail. Believe me, you can get power. I broke a set of Rome Black Labels on this, completely snapped the heel cup on a deep, hard heel side carve. Just cracked. The power is there. You can slingshot out of a turn. Like I said, on ice, you do lose some of that grip, so you lose some of that power, but soft hero snow, you do not have to worry about this thing. Short, tight, quick carves, medium, mellow carves, deep, hard, aggressive carves, it's got you covered. You can pretty much do any carve variation. You can lay your nips to the ground if you want and leave a toe side powder boner. You know what I'm talking about. It is a cruisy carver. It has that power when you need it for those turns. It's not one of those ones where you really got to worry about it except on straight sheet ice. Just that 3BT does not engage like you would want it to. Who's this board for? The guy that cruises blue groomers and wants a little 3BT in there, some 3D shaping, you know, someone that's just doing mellow carves, and occasionally will throw down a deep hard one. All right, you want to support us further? Why don't you swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member on our Patreon. You get access to early content sometimes. Other times you just get weird stuff. I don't know. Okay, so last year, the boards they gave us just completely sucked. I don't know what the hell they did with those things. They just, I've written last year's Cruiser and Cruiser Plus out, like they're dead to me. This is more like the first year. It feels like it. It's got power where you want it. It's got good snap out of a turn. It's an easy edge engagement. Overall, it's a fun blue cruiser carving board. It's not the most aggressive, but it's also not going to suck if you absolutely have to push it. Comparable boards: the Stranda Biru, the Ride Superpig, the Korua Pencil. Binding recommendations: the Bataleon Astro Asym, the Union Strata, the K2 Bond. If you like this review, why don't you go watch one from one of the comparable boards? I'm sure we have it on this channel.